Hey guys, Keylitho here. So today I have a project that I've been working on for a little bit. This is a portable power station. These have become fairly popular on the market lately, and all kinds of different companies are releasing their versions of, portable battery powered generators, I guess. Some people call them solar generators. Some people will call this a portable power box. Whatever you want to call it, it's essentially a battery in a box with some accessories hooked up. So this is my version that I've created, and it's essentially just a 4S 11P lithium ion battery inside of a Pelican case hooked up with some accessories. So these are basically the batteries that I have in there. These are made for Tesla Model 3s. They're 21700s. And they're 5,000 milliamp hours each. So there's basically 4 rows of 11 cells in here. And that's for a grand total of 924 watt hours. So that's quite some capacity. Other comparable units of that battery capacity sell for, I don't know, at least $1,000 or so. This one probably cost me about $250 to make. Okay, now it doesn't have nearly the AC power rating that some of those larger units have, but look at the size. I mean, like a medium-sized hand here. So a lot of components on here are 3D printed. As far as these little surrounds, the lights, housings on here, this is a purchase piece, this outlet. I have a little switch panel up here on the top where there's normally the pressure relief valve in here. I have a couple switches that are inserted. So there's a USB switch which turns on the power to the USB outlets. So I have a couple USB outlets in here for charging all kinds of stuff. There's a power delivery port, which is a USB Type-C. There's also a Type A quick charge 3.0, and then 2 more Type A just regular 2.1 amp charging ports. Now you can see these can charge many things all at once at the same time. I've had all of them hooked up. It works pretty great. There's the AC switch, which turns on the power here. This is a 150 watt inverter that's inside this thing, and we'll open it up and show you in just a second here. And then the other switch turns on the exterior illumination. Ooh. Okay, so it doesn't look that bright on camera with all lights on, but it's pretty bright, and it's controlled by a buck converter. So these are kicked down to probably around, I think, like 3.5 volts or something at maybe like 1.5 amps. Not very much. I did some testing, left it on, didn't want these to overheat. So these can essentially they don't even get hot, but they're pretty bright. So that was kind of the goal with that. Turning this around, you can see here the switches are all fairly well protected under this handle. That was kind of the plan, so that if it's in the back of your truck or whatever, you won't accidentally switch these on and have your lights run on for 4 hours and not realize it. So all right, taking a look inside of this thing, you can see here we have all of the USB ports wired up here, which are essentially these little round automotive ones. They run on like 12 to 24 volts. So putting 16.8 volts into them is fine. It's literally plugged straight into this 4-cell battery. We have one AC wire coming in here, and I have basically decased this 150 watt AC inverter. There's a little bit of room for storage in here. I have a couple different types of USB outlets, or cables I should say. I have a charger cable, which I use to plug in my RC charger. So these exterior XT60 plugs, I use this extension cable. Basically just plug it in here, and then you can plug in any of your RC chargers, which I use this one here, and then it's good to go. Then I charge in my balance board or a couple batteries, and you know, this is field charging for your drone batteries all day long. So it's pretty cool. You charge quite a few. Do the math, you'll figure out how many packs you'll get charged out of it. So this whole thing has this 60 amp BMS on it. So we got the 60 amp BMS, and I have it all ran through this just regular blade fuse. This is like an automotive blade fuse, so it's a 40 amp fuse. I have another spare one just taped to the inside of the case in case it ever pops or I accidentally do something stupid and short it out and pop it. Don't want to be left dead in the field. But if you needed to, you could always remove this, then just plug these wires straight in together. So that option is there. So it's not like completely hardwired. In fact, you can just take this out and you can just pull the battery out. And here's the battery. So this is the 4S11P or lithium ion battery. So this has a couple bus bars that I made that run down here. And yes, I soldered these, but very hot and very fast and very little amount of solder. Okay, I'm not going for mass discharge or anything like that. I'm just, you know, I know you're not supposed to solder them, but I didn't know what else to do, okay? Didn't want to buy those metal plates that solder the fuses, but I wanted the fuses on there. So, I don't know. It makes me feel safer. So, as you can see here, this is I mean, it's basically an empty case with a lot of fancy wiring. I do have a wiring diagram that is in the link down below. So, if you want to see exactly how all this stuff is wired up, just click on that Google Drive and you can download the PDF. It's basically a wiring here. Here's the buck converter that's running the LED lights. So this is just the stepping the voltage down from the 16.8 volts that's in this pack to a more manageable voltage so I don't blow those lights out. And yeah, that's basically it. You throw this bad boy back in here, plug it back in and close her up. You know, and you're good to go. So you got field charging for days. So I hope you enjoyed this. It's pretty cool. Don't be scared to build your own. So anyways, be safe out there. These can burn your house down. Thanks for watching.